Hey, I'm Doug Darling from Tripwire, and these are the most frequently asked questions that I get. How much does a video cost? Yeah, that is probably one of the most common questions that I get. It's a really hard one to answer just alone. It's kind of like asking how much does a house cost. There are so many things to consider if we use that house as an example. I don't know what type of house you need, or maybe it's not even a house, it's a hospital. I'm gonna give you a whole bunch of different options that aren't gonna resonate well with you. If you give me your budget, or I understand what the impact or the outcome needs to be, then we can start showing examples that are within that ballpark so that you have a better idea. If there's a company who's just telling you how much a video costs, or there's a package deal, you're probably getting something that is well packaged, right? It's not probably custom to you, and it probably won't serve the purpose that you need to. So if someone is going, we'll do X videos, and you haven't even had input on what it needs to be, I would say that there might be risk in that being forgotten content or content that kind of sinks beyond all the other content that is out there. Ideal length for a video is a really good question. There is no ideal length. A lot of people actually say that, well, we're getting shorter attention spans. And I would actually say, well, it's not so much the attention span, but it is the structure, the story, and the interest of the audience that will help you define how long it needs to be. Depending also on the platform, is it on YouTube, is it on Facebook, or is it being broadcast? That'll help you define it. Because I can show you a 10-minute video that you can't stop watching, it goes by like that. I'm gonna show you a 30-second video that feels like it's the longest thing ever. So time it's more important to the story and the structure and the level of engagement that you're creating. So I would say it's not that we have shorter attention spans, it's just we get more content thrown at us, so we need better structure and storytelling. So we get asked how long it takes to make a video, and we can definitely throw out ballparks of 3 to 4 months after we approve a quote. But really at the end of the day, we work as fast as you do, as the client does, because we have lots of milestones that need to be approved. There's a collaborative process all the way through. So there are these points that we send the schedule where when things are coming, but then we also put a schedule to the client so that we can know when we're getting things back so that we can move forward. You have your full-time job to do, and sometimes you can't get to the feedback as quick as possible, or there are politics, or there is another team member who just takes longer to get feedback, and we can't move forward until we get that stuff locked. That is just part of the relationship. What's really nice is a lot of our clients know our process so well that they're the ones to tell us that they need to change the schedule versus us having to tell them. So it's that communicative process and that relationship-driven process all the way through that really makes it for a great experience, even when things do fall behind. Tripwire makes 3 really main areas and then lots of things in between, but we make non-scripted videos, so those are interview-based videos, little mini docs, short documentaries. We make scripted videos, that's everything from big vision stories to kind of funny, goofy product videos. And then animation, which is also one of our favorite things to do, being that we are really only limited by our imagination in how we want to tell a story or how we want to get something that's rather confusing or maybe even dry, and using symbolism and metaphor and iconography and all those kinds of things to really inform and educate while still engaging and entertaining. What's nice about how we work is that we can be farm to table, direct to client, right? So we can be, we can come up with the creative, we come up with a vision, look at the strategy, all that kind of stuff. But we obviously have a lot of agencies that are our clients. And so we can be modular in how we support that. The other way is that, the agency they're doing all the creative and they just need us to execute, which we have done a lot of that. And it's a ton of fun. So there are different ways, and we can sometimes just provide post-production. We can do sometimes just production, where the post is being handled by somewhere else, or a hybrid of all the different services that we do. So we really just work with you to understand what is it that you need and how can we support. In terms of being involved as a client, you can be as involved as you want to. The nice thing is that you're a professional in what you do, we're a professional in what we do. we're all about collaboration. You know your brand, your company, your service better than we do, and we know how to tell the story and use film as the channel for getting that story out. So we love to collaborate, and you kind of get to be the executive producer on that as a client, and then we're the ones to bring that across the finish line. Yeah, we sometimes get asked, like, you know, we've got an internal person who's shot some footage, or, you know, my nephew has shot some footage or something like that, and not to be despairing to anyone else who has made the content, but they ask if that can be used in something that we're producing. There are some times that yes, but often, you know, you really need to get a look at it, because we're putting together an entire piece usually, and it needs to have a tone and a brand and a look all the way through. So if it's really bad footage or footage that just doesn't match, then it's probably better not to use it than to try and make it work and do kind of like a hodgepodge video that just feels inconsistent. Not saying that there aren't videos that have different looks and styles all the way through, but that is very intentional. And even the stuff that looks like just kind of random phone footage was probably most likely shot intentionally for that piece. So it's a discussion to have, but you know, try not to save time and money in that sense. Thanks for watching, and feel free to contact us if you have any other questions.